Hello my friends, welcome back to this hardcore season. In this episode, we're going to finally make an incredible bartering farm. But before doing that, let me address the elephant in the room and let you all know that yes, I changed my skin. I'm trying something a little different and hopefully a little more lonely. And I think that our Roman robes are going to complement this world very well. Anyways, let me know if you like it. And as you're busy writing comments, I'm going to get busy getting every item that we need to finally build a worthy bartering farm. By the way, this farm was designed by Logical Geek Boy, which I'm sure you've heard of, but the video that I'm going to be watching is from Kelp MC. So thank you very much Kelp MC and Logical Geek Boy for this incredible farm. The first thing that I want to do is go ahead and empty most of my shulker boxes so I have enough space for all the items that we need. Alright, there we go. And don't worry, I'm not actually going to leave this chest here. They're just temporary solutions to hold my shulker items, but I'm going to come back for them later. For now, we're going to need plenty of spruce to make 6 stacks of chests. Plus 4 chests right here, and they can go inside the shulker box. Now I need 5 more stacks of chests. Just so we can turn them all into hoppers. And these two are going to go inside the shulker box. Next up I need 3 stacks of building blocks, plus a little bit more, and these are going in the shulker box as well. Now I'm going to need 3 stacks of glass, but because I'm nearly out, I also need 31 redstone torches, 1 stack and a half of redstone, 1 observer, 4 sticky pistons, 2 slime blocks, 8 composters, 31 stone buttons, some rails, and now off to our second shulker box with some powered rails, iron bars, some leaves, 1 block of redstone, 1 minecart with hopper, 2 target blocks, 1 lava bucket, 2 netherrack, 5 droppers, 1 dispenser, some redstone repeaters, some comparators, a brewing stand, here's the glass, 24 carved pumpkins, and last but definitely not least, we're going to need some blue ice. So let's make our way towards the Badlands biome and see if we can find some there. We just found a nice frozen river, so let's follow it and hope it leads us to some ice spikes biome. Oh yes, my friends, I think we found something. Let's go ahead and grab all of the ice that we can, because we're probably going to need some more for other farms. And just like that, my friends, we have a ton of packed ice. Let's go back home. Back at the Badlands biome, let's go ahead and enter the nether. Take some time to repair our elytra. Shouldn't really take long. Now let's go ahead and turn all of this packed ice into blue ice. And that's a lot of blue ice. And it's time that we make our way back home. Put the blue ice inside the shulker box. Grab all of our shulker boxes. Just to go all the way back to the nether. So we can finally go ahead and build this thing. I think I want it close to the gold farm. So it's going to be extremely easy to get all the gold that we need to make this crazy farm work properly. Well, I have a couple of hours ahead of me of building this. So I guess let's cue the time lapse. Hello my friends, the bartering farm is looking very good, but now I'm unfortunately at the step where I have to go ahead and add in the piglins, and I thought it would be much funnier to do it together. So I think that all I need to do is get a couple building blocks so that we can start building a staircase that's going to lead all the way up to hopefully trick the piglins into falling down this hole right here. Let me go ahead and spawn proof the whole thing. Alright, and just like that, we shouldn't worry about anything spawning up here while we make our way to the Crimson Forest biome. Let's also go ahead and get rid of all of this scaffolding, and this one too. So we shouldn't have anywhere for ghasts to spawn. And now over there in this direction, there's a Crimson Forest biome. So let's go ahead and go right to it. There we go. And now all I have to do is build a platform Adding glass on top of it, making sure that ghast cannot spawn. And now if everything goes according to plan, which it usually doesn't, as we leave this place, go a little bit up and return it. Yes, my friends, we have some piglin spawns right here. Let me go ahead and get my bow and arrow so we can get rid of the hoglins. One down. And the other one down as well. And now it's time to remove our wings of freedom and put our second skin for protection and attract these piglins all the way up there. Now if I did nothing wrong, this piglin should follow us all the way up here and drop down in the hole. Wait a minute, let's go ahead and put a trapdoor right here. Just to trick them even more. Just like that, my friends, we have 2 piglins inside the hole, and now I'm pretty sure I'll have to repeat this 22 more times. Alright, let's see how it goes. I also cannot forget to drop them a couple carved pumpkins so that they wear them and don't despawn. Let's make our way all the way back up so we get some more piglin spawns. 3 of them right now. Let's put our second skin on and attract all of them towards our direction. That's one down. The second one as well, and the third one is now down as well. Let's go ahead and throw 3 more pumpkins, just like that, and keep doing this for a long time. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and expand this platform, because I've been waiting for a couple minutes now and nothing has spawned. Alright, it's a little bigger now. Let's go back up, and hopefully we should see some things start to spawn. Just hoglins. Finally we got some piglins, but also a lot of hoglins. So let me go ahead and get rid of the hoglins. It seems that the piglins are doing it for me, slowly but surely. Here we have more than 10. Ten left to go. Alright, my friends. I managed to get 15 piglins right here. And although it's not quite 24, I think it's going to be more than enough, especially compared to the amount of gold that this gold farm produces. So let me go ahead, remove this platform. There we go. And I also want to remove all of these blocks, as I don't think I'm going to need them anymore. Let's close this trapdoor just in case I fall down. And now slowly but surely, remove all of these blocks. Now let's make a staircase all the way up, because I know I'm going to fall eventually. Now we can go ahead and remove this trapdoor and instead place some glass on top. Now let's go grab some gold from the gold farm. This should do. And let's make our way to the platform and place a ton of gold ingots inside this chest. Now slowly but surely every dropper should fill up, and whenever we are ready, we just have to flick this lever and I think the farm should start working. As you can see, I haven't put any item frame on these chests, and that's simply because I don't yet have the items. So without any further ado, it's time to turn this farm on. There go the items. This looks truly incredible, my friends. Let me wait a little bit with the farm on, just so we can get all of the items that we need for the automatic storage system. And then I'm going to turn the farm off and we're going to see how many items we got. I will see you very soon. Let's go ahead and empty all of these hoppers. My friends, this chest is already completely full. And now with all of the items collected, let's go ahead and make a lot of item frames and start organizing this thing. Let me go ahead and add the item frames, where we are going to have 4 sections with blackstone, 4 with gravel, 3 spectral arrows, 3 quartz, 3 iron nuggets, 2 ender pearl, 2 nether brick, 1 string, 1 crying obsidian, 1 regular obsidian, 1 leather, 3 potions, now finally soul speed, and some chests for the other items. Now let's go ahead and add all of the filters. I'm using cobblestone because it's something that the piglins do not drop. And there we go, the filters have been set in place. Now let's go ahead and add the items to sort. Oh, and I forgot to add the 2 2 soul sand. That's why it wasn't really matching up. But now it's looking very good. Also, all of the items filters have been placed correctly. So what do you say we run this farm for a little longer and see how many blocks we can gather? Let's flick this lever and watch this thing go. It's so beautiful to see this working correctly, but I am pretty sure we're going to run out of gold very soon, especially if it keeps throwing it down. Let's go ahead and get rid of most of the items in our inventory so we can go ahead and check on the gold situation. This chest is completely empty right now, and the hoppers are starting to empty as well. I'm also going to go ahead and get some glass and try to stop the farm from ejecting so much gold. Well, as the farm is doing its thing, we can go ahead and try to get even more gold. This is as much gold as I have in the gold farm, so let's go ahead and add it all to this chest and organize this mess a little bit. And just like that, my friends, I think this farm is fully completed. Let's check this out. Starting off with the blackstone. Oh yes, we're getting so many items from this. Gravel, spectral arrows, quartz. Oh, this is going to be so useful. Iron nuggets, for lanterns I guess. Ender pearls, not that we need it because of the enderman farm, but it's always nice to have them. Nether bricks, just in case we want to build something out of them. Soul sand, fire charges, which are actually great for fireworks. String, which I'm going to need a lot of. Crying obsidian is such a cool block and I've never had so much. Obsidian, of course, for all of the incredible farms that require a ton of nether portals. And finally a ton of leather, without even counting all of these bottles and potions, all of these enchanted books, and the simple fact that this thing looks incredible. Let me go grab this. I think for now, my friends, we can go ahead and turn this farm off just like that. Gather all of the gold here and the items. And now that this farm is completed and producing a ton of items, I think it's time we do something about the storage system at the gold farm. So let's go ahead and make a ton of chests, convert some of them into hoppers. Then I just want a couple furnaces, 4 should do actually. And up here, alright, I actually have to tower all the way up, and now that I think about it, glass was probably the worst block to do this with. But hey, I started, so I might as well continue. And I think this distance should do, so let's create a little platform right here out of glass and start destroying all of this on our way down. Back up on the platform, let's make it bigger, and now make our way up, destroy all of the glass underneath the chests, and of course the hoppers as well. Just like that, we can start placing some chests down. Now let's go ahead and connect the hoppers, and slowly but surely these chests should fill all the way up, and I think that all of these chests should do. Now I'm just gonna empty this chest from the rotten flesh to make sure we're just left with the swords. Same thing for this one right here, and the hoppers. Now connecting these 2 chests together, and slowly but surely every chest should fill up. However, we're going to need some more wood, so let's go ahead and get some right now. One stack should do, just so we can make a couple more hoppers, and of course chests for all of this fuel. And just like that, we're going to smelt all of these gold swords into even more gold nuggets. Time to make some more gold ingots, and finally add all of them in our bartering farm. And now, my friends, all that is really left to do is AFK at this gold farm, enough so we can get a ton of gold. I really want all of these chests to be full. Well, I will see you in a couple of hours. Welcome back, everyone. So I was talking to myself for the last 15 minutes because I really thought that we were recording. So let me get you caught up with what happened. We basically filled up the whole gold system at the bartering farm, and then we went to pick up some pumpkins just so we could carve them, because I really want to make this bartering farm as efficient as possible. And right now we only have a little more than 10 piglins inside there, and we need 24. So off we are to collect a little bit of netherrack, some glass as well. And now right here in this crimson forest biome, we can build a little platform. There we go. Put some glass on top to prevent ghasts from spawning. And now, as we wait for things to spawn on top of this platform, we can make our way back to the bartering farm, build ourselves a little staircase for the piglins, and of course a little way to guide them towards their eternal home. And I think that just like that, we're going to make our way up these stairs. The piglins are going to be stopped by this wall, which we will then follow, and I'm going to make my way inside this path where the trapdoors are going to be open. I'm hopefully going to jump on the other side, and the piglins are going to fall right into it. That's my assumption, of course. Let's see how this goes. one more added to the pile. And our second one is in as well. There goes another one. There go two more. And one more. And another one. And here go the last two. Come on, you guys. There we go. There we go. And by the sounds of it, I think this is just about 24. Maybe a little more. But anyways, let's go ahead and get rid of this trapdoor. There we go. Let's put a glass block right here. And now slowly get rid of all of this nether rack. The nether rack has been taken care of. So now we can get rid of this platform. And now with all of these piglins and all of this gold, I think it's time we activate the farm once more to see how many drops we get. And by the looks of it, no gold is getting wasted. Making my way to the top, we can see that all of the items are correctly transported along the blue ice, just like that. And I'm very happy nothing ends up in the fire, and this process just keeps happening and happening. Let's let these guys do their thing. I think this build is going to contain a lot of blackstone with some quartz blocks, and why not some nether bricks as well. And how can I forget the crying obsidian, and of course the regular obsidian, just to add a little bit of flair. Let's get some blackstone, make a stone cutter, place it on top of the crafting table like always, and now we can go ahead, turn some of it into polished blackstone bricks. And of course chiseled polished blackstone and some polished blackstone, just to get some nice texture variants. And like that, we're now ready to start working on our build. And ironically, by the time that we are done, we should have more items than what we started with. Yum. First of all, I know that I want all of these chests surrounded by blackstone, so let's get busy doing that before planning out the rest of the build. There we go, my friends. I was thinking about remaking the same design we have in the overworld, but a little darker version. So I don't really know what I want to do right now. Give me a couple minutes to figure it out, and I'll share with you my findings. Alright, and just like that, I think we have a pretty good outline for this build. So before raising the whole thing by a couple blocks, let me see how I can work on these archways. Oh yes, my friends, some little ominous archways. Let's go ahead and add some stairs. Oh yes, my friends, I really love the way it looks with the stairs. Let's go ahead and add some walls in between all of the arches. And oh yes, I think it's looking more ominous by the second. And checking our blackstone supply and our gravel and of course our quartz, it's safe to say that this farm is working incredibly. Time to add some more depth. Alright, it's looking more and more ominous. Well, with the fact that I don't really know what I'm doing, let's go ahead and cue a time lapse and see how this thing turns out when it's done. Let's go. Welcome back, my friends. After a couple hours of building, I think we came up with something pretty cool. As we make our way from the nether portal, we are greeted with a massive castle. Now the challenge for this build was to just use the blocks supplied by the piglins. And the section that I'm not really sure of is this roof right here, made of quartz slabs. I had to do this mainly because I completely ran out of nether brick, and all the gold we put inside the bartering farm was consumed in less than an hour. But let me give you the tour. Of course, over here we have the archways. That turned out pretty cool in the end. If we enter one of them, of course we can access all of the chests. And I might also add a little roof on top of this, so that we don't see this ugly redstone system in the back. But at the same time, seeing the massive structure is actually pretty cool. On the side here we have some more little arches, and I tried to implement different designs here in the back with some netherrack and some iron bars. I think the nicest thing about this build though is this huge roof that really complements the darkness of the build. And finally, right here on the side, if we go up these stairs, we are greeted with the interior, where we can access the gold, start or stop our farm, and of course go check on the storage system if we need to. And the particles of this crying obsidian really make the whole place a lot more magical. As you can see though, the only thing missing right now is to spawn proof the whole build, so that we don't have to worry about this guy spawning in, or even worse, ghasts. So let me grab some more blackstone, turn it all into polished blackstone, and then all of it into blackstone buttons. Now I'm definitely not going to need these many, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And I also have this nice mod that shows me which blocks mobs can spawn on. So starting from the front, let's go ahead and slowly add buttons to all of the build. I will see you when it's done. The bottom section seems to be done. Now let's go ahead and do the roof. The roof is all done. Now let's take care of this side of the build. And this seems to be done as well. Now the only spots missing are up here, on the arches, and on the front side. Let's go see inside. Yes, we need to spawn proof some more. Now all that's missing is some spawn proofing in the bottom. And now everything should be nice and safe. Let's fly away just to let the mobs despawn, just like that. And as we make our way back, we shouldn't see any more mobs spawning. Wow, my friends, what a journey. I'm so happy with the things we've done today, because in terms of items, all the way up there with the raid farm, this farm produces so many items. And even very useful ones, like quartz, string, obsidian, and leather. And of course a ton of potions as well. And I mean a lot of potions. I think what's really left to do, my friends, is to get the Soul Speed 3 enchantment and go ahead and see if we can add it to our boots. And yes, my friends, Protection 4, Feather Falling 4, Depth Strider 3, Mending, Unbreaking 3, and now, Soul Speed 3 as well. Let's go ahead and mend our items, just like that. And now we're ready to add one finishing touch to the build, because I really want to add some more foliage here and there. Let's start by replacing this netherrack with warp nylium, bone millet, and of course I also think it's time that we get some warped warts, and of course shroom lights. And I actually think that a good combination of warp nylium and warped warts is going to really complement this build very well. Let's go ahead and do that a little bit everywhere. Awesome, my friends. I really think that this green is kind of what was missing from this huge build. Let's drop everything that we don't need anymore inside this chest. Put our items inside the ender chest. Finally get back all of our shulker boxes. Put them inside our ender chest. Pick it up and move all of this ugly storage inside right here. Oh yes, my friends. And on the outside it also looks much better already. Wow, I am so happy with the way that this thing turned out. Even from the hoglin farm, this build looks amazing. I would love to know what you think about it. And of course, if you'd like me to add anything, let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and add it with pleasure. With this done, my friends, the only thing left to do is go back to the overworld, because we have some renaming to do. Like every episode, I try to read every single comment and rename all that I can inside this hardcore world. So for now, let's say goodbye to the bartering farm, fly all the way to the nether portal, enter it, and go back to our house. Wow, my eyes feel so good right now looking at this. I feel like I've been in the nether for a couple months. Stop, thanks. Well, without any further ado, let's start naming. Starting off with my friend Doug, wants to be a pillager without a crossbow. Now I don't yet have a pillager without a crossbow, but down here, Jackson will probably need a friend. So let's see if we can get to them. And there we go. Welcome to our hardcore world. Moving on to my friend Etor, who would like me to name one of the pigs after him. So there you go, my friend. And my friend Cademello would like me to name any cat Sky. I was looking around our village and I unfortunately didn't find any cat. So instead, let's make our way towards this direction to the neighboring village and let's see if they have a cat somewhere. No cat here either. So let me go to the third village that I know the coordinates of and see if we can find it there. There we go. Yeah, I can't seem to find a cat anywhere. At this point, let's make our way back home. Go ahead and grab some item frames and add this name to our collection. And as soon as we have a cat, we can actually go ahead and rename them to Sky. Next up, my friend Mindful Barley from Discord asked me to name a spruce sapling after him. So there you go, my friend. Let me go ahead and add it to our trophy room. And if you haven't yet joined the Discord, well, come say hi. I'm usually there 24/7. Thanks, Mindful, for the suggestion. My friend Noob Gamer wants me to name our sword Noob, but because I already have a name for that sword, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one and instead rename this one to Noob. And as tradition goes, let's go ahead and add this to our trophy room. My friend Pio would like me to rename a diamond Roshan. So there you go, my friend. And of course, welcome to the trophy room. And my friend Selim would like me to rename an Android Lasba. So there you go, my friend. And just so we can see the name, I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. Moving on to my friend Villager, who would like me to name a villager Villager. So there you go, my friend. And last but definitely not least, my friend Vlepso wanted me to name a glow squid by our base after him. So I think it's time to make our way down to the mines, inside the caves, and see if we're able to find a glow squid somewhere around here. I've been searching for a couple minutes and I can't find any glow squids anywhere. Let me try one more place, because if we get lucky by our mob farm, we should see some glow squids here at the bottom. And yes, my friends, look at that. Let's go ahead and jump in, make our way down, and rename this beautiful little glow squid Vlepso. There you go, my friend. And with the naming done, bartering farm fully completed, let's make our way back home so that we can say bye properly. My friends, what a journey today. I'm so happy with all the projects we are working on in this hardcore series, and I cannot wait to see the amazing things we're going to work on next episode. If anything, I think a witch farm is about time, so we can get plenty of redstone, glowstone, spider eyes, because they're very useful, and sticks. Probably the best items from witch farms. But with that, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and relax by this little pond, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye!